in Tampa, Florida. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Tampa. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first overall pick in the 2018 draft. A four-year starter, of course, for the Cleveland Browns. Now going against him, Baker Mayfield. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, Irving. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Sanders. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, then pound the rock.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Browns are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now Mayfield. This is White on the screen. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Throwing, Mayfield.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A nice run on first down, gets him 6 yards to the 31.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
The handoff to Ford up the middle.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
To throw is Sanders on 1st and 10. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford.
57 yards.
And the Browns are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Irving.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Mayfield now.
And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10. They will start this drive with Ford.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
98 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Here's Sanders. Off the bootleg. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They run with Ford. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now Sanders on first down.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
2nd down and 4.
Now they'll run on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Mayfield to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete to Otten.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A first down throw from Mayfield. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Mayfield. On the left side, a catch by White. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd down and 1.
They'll look to throw again.
That is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Sanders now throwing on 1st down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Jerry Judy
With an acrobatic catch.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And the attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
2nd and 6.
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Cade Otton, 27 yards. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. On the ground, it's Ford. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Sanders on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
To throw on 3rd down, Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete.
Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cedric Tillman from 4 yards out. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. And it's a fumble, and this is picked up by the Browns. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
To throw is Sanders on 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Sanders operating from the gun. Touchdown, Browns. Deontay Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Browns have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught. This is White. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, just like last play. Mayfield with it once more.
He'll dump this one off here to White.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They'll try it now with Irving.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Bucky Irving
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now Sanders off the play fake. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Looking to throw. Sanders. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. This is Ford. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw on target to Godwin here.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. High throw, but the catch is made.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
And they're going to speed things up here. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Back to throw. Sanders. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Sanders. Throw left side. Caught by the tight end, Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.